Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is time to start talking about the new season. It's a whole bunch of bright-eyed little kids looking at you, and you're about ready to gun down each one. It's Guru, it's Chewy, it's the ARPG podcast. How's it going, Lucas?
We really need to work on our timing on this entry, but yeah, I'm good. I'm hungry.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm hungry too. I'm hungry for the souls of the living.
I'm glad I made this picture then.
Oh God, I didn't even see the picture. Anyway, before we jump into the beginning episodes that we'd like this week, I just want to quickly mention something that came up of last week
Yeah.
after we recorded is the new president of Japan has apparently said that he wants to help out the anime industry.
Oh.
Yeah, he wants to put out plans to help give the anime and manga industry just a better time.
Oh.
And he later stated, translated, he's working on raising income of the people involved in Japan's soft power industries like anime, manga, and movies.
Okay. Yeah.
And of course, he's apparently a huge Demon Slayer fan, so hopefully what he's saying can be done. I'm not gonna hold my breath, right?
Right. Also,
But
episode 38, by the way.
no, 38. I knew it was the 30s. But I like that that's one of the first things he said when he took power, since, he just became prime minister a week ago after the former prime minister Shinzo Abe quit.
Okay. Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting. Do you think, like, when you hear it, do you think anything can be done, right?
I think something can be done, but I don't know if it's gonna happen or not.
Because we have to consider the whole Katakawa trying to pump out as many anime as they can.
Yeah, and see how much the prime minister can do.
Mm. Alrighty, but let's talk about this season's starting episodes. We'll cover the ones that we enjoyed the most. Sadly, Comey Can't Communicate is being behind the Netflix red bars of death. Apparently, it's supposed to air its first episode next week for North America.
Sad. All right, let's see. Let's see.
You mentioned you watched a couple shows yesterday.
Yes.
Anyone stand out?
I mean, I watched Tactopi Destiny. It's decent.
Yeah, Tactopi Destiny. I really liked its first episode. Visually, it was stunning. The one thing that caught me off guard is when they mentioned, like, the world is without music.
But it's not really.
Yeah.
So it's yeah, I get what you're coming from.
It's weird. It's a world without music, yet the only thing to defeat the monsters is music.
But it's not really the case that the music is not there. It's just that they can't listen to it because it attracts them.
Music can't be played because the monsters come and try to kill them.
Yeah.
So because of that, the music has just been banned or not played.
Yeah, it's gone.
And I really liked that first minute where the little girl's talking to her mom and the mom's just like, I wish you could hear music. And then fast forward a couple minutes later and you get everybody in a trance when he's just playing a simple piano piece. So, like, I really thought it was a near flawless first episode in terms of what a first episode should do.
That was interesting. It got my attention.
And apparently this whole first episode was done by Madhouse.
Well done.
Yeah.
It was, yeah, I mean, intriguing. It's, just all the little details and stuff so far. What they mention. So it's like, not bad so far. I really like the animation and the visuals.
Oh, yeah, it's visually stunning.
I'm a bit for basically for anime so far that's going to be heavily reliant on music. I'm a little I might be a little bit like, how should I say,
Are you
not
wanting them?
so impressed about the coordination with the music so far with animation.
That is true. I could see that. It's going to be very important. I think a show like Symphogear does coordination with music really well.
So I'm just waiting for more. Maybe this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
just the beginning.
But you'd have to say it was pretty damn good first episode.
Oh yeah. I mean, there was one part I really liked where the firearm of the music art itself,
Mm.
of Colette. Colette, is that her name?
I believe it's that. Let me just pull it up. Tacto P Destiny. Do do do.
But I think of the very first fight they had, the gun made a sound that actually kind of synced a bit with the music, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Mm.
But then afterwards, I was like, oh, okay, well then it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
music's good though, and then the fighting's good, and the visuals so far, and yeah,
You watched Miroku-chan, right?
I did.
That was a really good first episode.
That was incredible, and I'm
I,
pretty sure they're gonna go back on that her first day once more, and they're gonna show everything.
from the other person's point of view, I'm betting.
No. Like everything that's actually showing up. Like, I believe in the first episode, there was that dog that was just barking at garbage. I think they're gonna show something going on there. I remember
But
that.
what I really liked is how well it built up to that first ghoul.
Mm-hmm. It was good.
And then after that, it's just like, oh, this lady is like just fucked.
Yeah. It's a good start.
I
Poor
really liked how
Miyoku-chan.
they animated the parts where she's like, don't give it, don't acknowledge it, don't acknowledge it, don't acknowledge it.
Yeah, and I like that opening song actually too with it. It's pretty decent. It really
What else
fit.
did you watch? I believe you mentioned two other shows.
I watched Kyokai no Senki, was it? Kyokai Senki.
Oh, the Gundam one.
Yeah, I mean, eh.
It's weird. I look at that show and the world building at the start was incredible.
Mm.
Like, I really liked how they explained how Japan got so fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
But I also looked at it like, this feels like a kidified version of Gundam.
It does feel like it in the very beginning, doesn't it?
Like, the colors are brighter, everyth's a little more nicer to look at. The villains so far seem very stereotypical.
But Marcel, this is also how, like, even though the other Gundam series sometimes started off a little bit heavier, there are some that didn't have like super heavy themes at the beginning.
You're gonna mention fucking Gundam Re-Rise.
I mean, there's that too.
Yeah. But no, I'm not holding it against it. It's just you get that feeling right away, and you wonder if like this is an attempt from Sunrise to tell a more like softer Gundam story.
Or it's a Madoka Magica thing.
Yeah. So it is interesting. I did like the first battle.
Oh yeah.
And I liked how it was more about him outsmarting him by being in the mech because they all assumed he wasn't.
Mm.
But yeah, there is potential for this show.
Made him yell the stupid attack.
Yeah. There was one more you said you watched.
Isekai Shokudo. Or is it Isekai Shokudo? Yeah, two.
Oh, Restaurant to Another World.
Yes, I watched both episodes.
What I really like about that show is just how well it connects every story to the restaurant. Like, it genuinely, nothing feels forced. And, like, there's so many different stories. Like, just this episode, we had the story about the people who look like they're insomniacs. And then we had the story about the princess and the maid.
Oh, the second episode you're talking about. I see.
Yeah, the second episode.
Weren't those vampires?
I can't remember.
No, they're vampires. They literally said, they can't eat galio, which was garlic.
Oh,
And then they're like, tired throughout the day after
Yeah.
like after eating. They just like slept pretty much because it was daytime in their world. Because all the regular customers are coming in during the day, and then it's when the shop's about to close, they wake up because they can go back at night because they're nocturnal creatures. They go back, and they turned into bats at the very end. They're vampires, I'm pretty sure. Hello?
I'm sorry, I've just got distracted by an idiot.
Oh.
I need to not open Twitter sometimes. But
Okay.
no, I think, let me just scroll through. I got him right here. I got the episode right here. Yeah, it looks like what you say is that, because they can't go outside during the sun. They show up to the place when it's at night.
It's still very early, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Early morning.
But no,
Can't eat garlic.
I think the most impressive part of that show, again, is the fact of how well they connect the stories and make it feel like it's just natural.
Yeah.
Like there's a whole bunch of stories, a whole bunch of people, and it's just fun to watch.
A lot of food.
Was that it for you?
Corn portage.
Was that it for you, Chewy?
Well, I'm gonna say real quick, Isekai Shokudo, very first episode being the first meal back for a long time is a cheesecake, a souffle cheesecake. Starting with the dessert, man. I was a little disappointed. That's all, but I still like the cheesecake. I think it should have been a savory dish.
I mean,
I'm hungry now.
no, really. But
I'm hungry.
For me, I watched a lot. Like outside of 2 shows that are from last season, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 shows that I'm watching, right?
You watched 17 shows?
Outside of like Aquatope and Nexus, right? I'm watching like 17.
Okay.
But what I will say is I it's so hard to watch Yuki Yuna since the 2nd season was so long ago. I have no idea what the fuck's going on.
Oh, well, don't try at this point, I think, until you can go back.
I don't know. And then Yasuhime was strong. Its 2nd episode aired today.
Nice. Sometime get to it.
A lot of people argue about Yasuhime that they're not using Morhaha well, Inuyasha's daughter. And I sit there and like, I don't think they aren't doing anything bad with her.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
it's weird because I think people really got in their minds, oh, she's the daughter of Inuyasha. She has to be a main character, and she is. But the show has been called Half Demon Princess. The show is clearly focusing mostly on Setsuna and Toa.
I mean, Motorhead's also half demon, but I don't know about it being.
She's quarter demon.
Oh, right, because it's half demon from right, quarter demon.
But also, here's the interesting thing: Mohair is being treated like Inuyasha. Remember, Inuyasha was always a joke character who would pop in for serious moments every now and then, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
The only difference is we always saw Inuyasha since he was the main character. Morha is the tritagonist for a reason. So, like, I see all the time people getting upset are like, oh, Morha's not this. And I'm just like, but that's not what the show's about. Right?
Okay, yeah.
So, like, I do think I can see why people could get annoyed, but we also need to be realistic about what the show is, if you know what I mean, right? And one of the strongest shows that has started is 86.
I did have.
It's so good. They started by showing the first episode was half and half. So they started with Lena and showing her growth, and then they went to the Spearhead Squadron and how they escaped. And that first episode was so good. Lena is just... One thing I liked is how she confronts her commanding officer who's getting mad at her for using all these weapons, right, to protect the 86. And Lena basically just tells him to shut the fuck up. You're getting promoted because of me. Deal with it.
Mm.
It was so funny. But no, the one thing you noticed about Lena right away is that she is cold.
She don't care no more.
Like the one thing that the people around her mentioned, she's always dressed in black.
Mm.
So like she's always got her black coat, black dress, black pants on.
'Cause she's a
But I'm
good
generally
lady.
curious to see where the show takes Lena. I do know what happens eventually. But then the second half of the first
Ew.
episode and the episode today was dedicated to the 86 Squadron.
Mm.
And they're just trying to find their purpose, right?
Ah.
They've been taken in by the Republic of Giad, which, funnily enough, is the former, no, the Federacy of Giad, which was formerly the Republic of Giad, and the Republic of Giad was the people who sent the Legion out.
Okay.
So, like, I'm wondering if that's going to come up. And pretty much the whole first episode, 2 episodes with them was them trying to find a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
We have this guy named Ernst, who's one of the heads of the Giad Federacy,
Mm-hmm.
and he does not want to send them back to war, but eventually he agrees in a way that allows them to not be just mindless killers, in a sense. Like, they have a purpose. They're supposed to go through basic training, and when the war is eventually over, it'll allow them to have a normal life.
Right.
So they still get to go out and do what they believe is their purpose, while also allowing Ernst to like protect them in a sense, since Ernst was not wanting to send them back out.
Okay.
And then, of course, the main part is Ernst's adopted daughter is actually the former empress of the Giad Republic.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, and then she just straight up says, "I'm the one who sent out the Legion 10
Oh.
years ago."
Oh.
But she's only 10.
Oh.
So, like, I'm kind of curious where that's going. Because they reacted rather calmly for someone saying, "Yeah, I'm the reason you guys are dying."
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. And there was this really cool part, and it's one of the main reasons why Shannon wants to go back. And you remember how last season I mentioned the Legion was taking the brains of the 86 that weren't killed by Shannon?
Okay.
Well, one of Shannon's purposes is just to, like, stop all of that.
Ah.
So it's going to be interesting. I'm generally curious where it goes.
Mm.
Another show I watched only because I'm Canadian is Yuri on Ice.
Ha.
I mean, this show's gonna suck, but I feel this obligation to watch it because I'm Canadian.
I don't.
The first episode opened with like an imagination of Japan's women hockey team beating Canada's women's hockey team, and I just sat there just like, "Oh, fuck you, show."
Okay. All right.
Oh man, no, that was
I feel like that's. Yeah. Why us though? Why not Finland or Sweden?
because
or...
Canada is like hockey, right?
Yeah, sure, but like,
Stereotypes.
come on, Finland, Sweden, U.S.
Well, the women's hockey teams of Finland and Sweden aren't that good. Like, if you look at the World Cup and like Olympics, 99% of the matchups over the past 20 years have been America versus Canada.
Yeah, whatever, fine.
I think Finland made the finals once and got slaughtered.
Yeah, whatever. Wow.
But speaking of slaughters, Move Love Alternative.
Yay.
It is. It started as brutal as I thought it would.
Hmm.
The first episode was literally just a defense of a city, and they just got overrun by the beta. And I will say, the beta are animated surprisingly clean.
But they creepy AF, man.
Well, it's like, it's 2D and 3D CGI in the same show, but like, I'll send you a screenshot of one. I don't think it's that bad.
What do you mean?
Right?
Oh, do you mean just the series itself? Sure, yeah.
Well, like the animation, they don't stick out as much as you think they would, right?
Hmm.
And one thing I've always appreciated about Move Love is its brutality. The first episode literally killed hundreds of people. An entire city was destroyed.
Yep.
And one thing that happened is when one of the fortress monsters, which I'm gonna get a good screenshot of for you, showed up and he got killed, he fell on top of a character and it ended up dropping acid on him.
Oh.
Right? So like, let me just give you a good picture. Hold on a sec. Right here, right? So like, I don't think this looks that bad. Like, it's a mixture of 2D and 3D.
Oh, the CGI stuff, yeah.
I don't think the mechs are animated in CGI, are they?
Well, it looks like it.
It does. It's hard to tell, but like, it looks good.
The mechs look like they're in CGI, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know the mechs are in CGI, but it does look good, and I'll get you another shot of like the monsters. There's a good one a little later in the episode. But no, I've always had a soft spot for Move Love just because of the brutality. I like that it doesn't shy away from just fucking ruining your day. Like I mentioned the previous one, Total Eclipse, its first episode ended similar to like this first episode.
Oh.
It had multiple episodes where the beta just destroyed humanity.
Oh.
And it's just, I don't know. I do enjoy brutality. I like when shows don't shy away from it.
Yeah.
Like, here's another good screenshot I like. But yeah, no, other than that, I thought it was good. It's not, I don't think it's going to be anything amazing, mind you. It is a visual novel that's insane.
Yeah.
But there are two shows I want to quickly go into. Suki no Tulakia Nosferatu.
Yeah, okay.
That one you said I would like, and yeah, it's the idea of like the stereotypical Russians versus the stereotypical Americans is just fucking hilarious to me.
Did I say that you would like this one? I don't
know. Yeah, you immediately said this is a Marcel show.
Oh yeah, because the vampires and Nosferatu and modern, yeah.
Well, also the fact that it's like it's so stereotypical Cold War.
The historical, yeah.
Yeah, like it is so stereotypical Cold War, it isn't even funny. But another one is I just started watching is The World's Finest Assassin.
Oh yeah, reincarnated as an aristocrat.
I like it just because the assassin was like some 60-year-old badass.
Yeah, he's old. But he's a Chad. You find later on he's a Chad. Chad.
But yeah, no, so first episodes, that was pretty much what I enjoyed. Of course, there's many other ones, but it's going to be interesting to see where they go. Lots of shows next week are having their third episode, which is always so important.
Oh, I haven't watched freaking Digimon Ghost Game yet. That's one I wanted to watch. Did they air Saihete no Paladin even?
That just had its first episode today.
Well, then there you go. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, Digimon Ghost Game is having its second episode in a couple hours.
Oh, well, there you go. I should have watched it. I didn't watch Megaton Musashi either. I should have watched that out.
Yeah, here's the funny thing. Every show is usually broadcasted like early in the morning, right?
Oh no, fuck. I did watch Megaton Q Musashi. That was weird. First episode was weird, man. There's so many plot holes. But
really?
Whatever. It's level 5. I don't care.
But what I was gonna say is like, you know how shows are usually broadcast at like 8 in the morning, 5 in the morning. Like for example, Faraway Paladin, 7:30, right?
Mm-hmm.
Digimon Ghost Game hits at like 7:30 p.m.
Nice.
That's kind of funny to me.
It's time to watch it at night, boys and girls. Let's get spoopy.
That's why I didn't find it on Crunchyroll. Oh, okay.
It's time to get spoopy.
But yeah, that's pretty much just the idea of like what the first couple episodes are going to be like.
I think World Trigger Season 3 just released one today, too.
Oh, and don't forget about Mushoku Tensei. Mushoku Tensei is very good. But do you want to call this episode here and do the Isekai thing on a different time?
Oh.
Well, you said we only have like 10 minutes.
I mean, does that mean we're only uploading as 30-minute?
Hey, you did say you wanted to do it in 30 minutes.
Oh, this is 25, but...
Well, do you want to tackle a bit of the Isekai world and then bring it up in the next episode, since just in case the planned game show doesn't happen next week?
It more than likely isn't, but yeah.
All right, so we'll tackle the first half of it here and then tackle the second half in the next episode.
Okay, sure.
Does that sound good?
Sure.
Okay, so this week what we wanted to do is something pretty simple. Take worlds from isekais and rank them in like worst to best of where we would want to, like, say Truck-kun visited us, right?
I have a question to ask, though. Do we get transported to those worlds with the same circumstances as the MCs themselves, or do we just there?
I think just there would make for more entertainment.
Okay, then we're pretty much fucked in all of them.
90% of them, yes, but you could survive in a lot of them, right? Because we don't have to pick crazy worlds, but let's start out with one. SAO.
No. I'd be dead. I'd be dead. You'd be dead in the first 10 as well.
I definitely think I would last a lot longer than that.
Uh-huh. Yeah? Really?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, really. Okay.
Either that or I'd go to like the first 10 floors and then just set up a base there and never leave.
Yeah, so exactly. Dead.
But no, I think we had to include SAO's world since, like, it's one of the most well-known isekais ever, right?
Anything that involves any sort of video game death or like permadeath or just death in general, I'd be dead. Any war, dead. Any monsters, dead.
No, I think you're putting the two. So in terms of like worst to best, so like say F is terrible and A is like great. Where would SAO's game work? D.
This is D. I have a slight chance because it's a game, but at the same time, I'm like, I look at me playing games and like, I play very, very. I don't care because I'm very distant. It's literally a game. I treat it like a game. But now it's literally legit reality. I probably get fucked because of that thinking.
I'd have to go C. Like, I could see myself dying right away. I think we all could. But I also could see myself surviving to a bit where, like, I could set myself up and never have to worry about it again.
Ugh. I don't know about that. But okay.
Alright. Well, let's stick within the game realm then. Let's do Log Horizon next.
You want to stick it within game realm?
Well, I mean, Log Horizon is a good comparison.
Okay.
Right? So, Log Horizon's world is not as threatening. Because you only lose memories.
I'd say it's a C.
So so what you're saying is, like, because of the not death part, it'd probably get pushed up just a bit?
Yeah, because of A, we lose the memories from our other world.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's other problems because we can't die, technically.
Yeah, but I don't know. I get this feeling the Log Horizon world's worse than SAO.
I could see that too. But I think it's because the fact that A, I'm not smart enough to deal with the problems and foresee these problems to really see that I could be affected heavily by that. So then I'd just be like, just one of the mindless victims at that point. And then I'd be one of the problems pretty much in the end. So that's why I rank it as C, because somebody better be smart enough to help me out.
I feel like I'm going to keep it as C as well. Like, I feel like you could survive.
Well, yeah, because you can't die.
Well, mentally you may die, but like, I
Oh.
don't feel like Log Horizon's a world where a normal person could thrive.
Yeah, I feel like you gotta be one of those smart people. Smart or like got Will's Viren or whatever. See a bigger picture type of thing, like that lady person. I don't know. Or big dreams. I don't know. I don't have those three at the moment, so I'd probably be suffering like hell.
Mm. How about Konosuba? Konosuba's like as generic as a fantasy world as you could get, right?
Yeah.
With like the threats not that big. Like it's definitely not the most threatening world in Isekai.
Yeah, but it's C.
Why?
Because it's literally a fantasy world. That's it.
So you're literally ranking it as a C just because it's just the plain old fantasy world?
Yeah, because you literally have to deal with, like, what type of job would I get then at that point? Like, how would I live in this place? Well, would I be okay? I mean, my likeliness of being a surviving might be a little higher, but then I have to find out, do I have talent? Do I have the aptitude for anything, magic or non-magic? And if I don't have magic, then I'm kind of a little bit more fucked. And certain jobs may not be good for me, and I might struggle really hard, and then result in probably being like either cannon fodder for somebody's military, or be an adventurer that's really low rank, and then just get fucked.
You're looking at this far more literal than I thought you would.
Well, yeah, because this is it. This is me entering an isekai world. Am I fucked or not, pretty much, this grade.
Right, well, no, that's actually a fair point. And I think, like, it's not...
And even if I'm not fucked myself, let's just say I'm a mage or something. I go off with a really well job or something, like cushy job.
Yeah.
There's no entertainment. There is no entertainment whatsoever.
This reminds me of, like, this type of talk reminds me of, like, the
food isn't that great either. Like,
you ever heard of the YouTube video, the guy that does, Would You Survive X, right? So he does, like, Would You Survive, Dead Rising, Would You Survive Halo's War, right?
Yeah.
And he looks at it as if you were a normal person in there, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I can actually see why you'd say C.
The food probably isn't that great either.
All right, do you got an isekai world?
Digimon. You know what? Well, I don't know.
Isn't that just like a video game though?
It's the digital world.
So you could pretty much make the case it's similar to SAO.
A little bit, where you die for sure, and then if your partners die, you die for sure. That's if you get a partner Digimon too, even. I'd probably just
that one's hard to judge.
I might give it like a B or C, just because it's Digimon.
I feel like I'd have to give it similar to SAO. So I'm gonna give it a C.
I'm gonna B minus then.
Right,
you know what? B minus if I get a Digimon partner to help me survive.
Oh, obviously.
And then even, you know what? If I have multiple Digimon partners, then you go B minus for sure. If not, then C minus. We're fucked. There's aggressive Digimon the size of fucking like Empire State Building. Goodbye.
Yeah, no, like a lot of isekai worlds, you'd have to find a way to defend yourself outside of like the bare few like Konosuba, and even then, you still need to find a way.
Mm.
What would happen if you were transferred to the world of? Let me get the anime. Grimgar Fantasy and Ash.
Oh, fuck me. No.
I feel
D.
like we're.
D. I have no ineptitude. I have no aptitude for anything. D.
Yeah, I feel like this is becoming more if we would survive the world.
There's no. Okay, so I rank myself higher in Sword Art Online because there's game mechanics. There's no game mechanics in Grimgar. You gotta learn from experience from other people, and then you have to pay them to train you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna get fucked.
Yeah, I think a normal person would just die in Grimgar, to be honest.
Especially since, like, you yourself have to choose what type of, like, class you want to get into. That means you have to gauge your own aptitude for it. What if you're really bad at it? What if you're really bad at it? And then you just pick a bad class.
Yeah, I could see that.
And then you waste your money.
That's pretty funny. But another one just before you have to go. We'll continue this in the next episode. Overlord.
No. Okay, maybe if like it was Endgame, I might be able to survive, but no, not this early. Not this early. I'm a human.
Doesn't it feel like we're ranking more on if we'd survive rather than like the world itself?
This is based on the world itself.
That is true.
Not possible.
Yeah, I think like surviving is a bit about the world. So it's like if you're going to go to the world,
yeah,
you're going to need to survive, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're gonna have to cut it up there for episode 38.
Yeah. Next episode we'll continue this. We'll go a little bit more in depth into like the ones we mentioned.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So this was Guru and that's Chewy, and we'll see you next time.
This is a very rushed episode. I'm so sorry. I'm so hungry. Bye.